My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Leos. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general reading of past, present, future, and 9 card spread. I'm going to be using the regular tarot deck, clarify with the vampire deck, draw a special vampire card, draw a vampire oracle, and then draw 3 yes or no answers for thee. So let's get started on your reading. Okay, let us look at the past. You start off with 3 of Wands reversed, 5 of Pentacles reversed, and then 5 of Cups. Okay, what I'm kind of getting here is maybe you kind of lean towards the angle of caution for that matter, because with the 3 of Wands reversed, it's like not being prepared, but also not heading out into this world, or even, from the past to current time. So maybe something was kind of holding you back. And I'm wondering, if this could have been a bit of like, lack of faith, trust, self-doubt, clarity, whatever, it was that more or less just held you back regarding this journey in the past. But yet somehow it was actually a blessing in disguise, because somehow, you probably saved up money, or it took you out of some kind of poverty situation, but yet you did feel some form of disappointment or disparity in the past. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that maybe you had to sacrifice or make, some kind of decision or something that pretty much just, looked healthy and you made wise decisions. But yet the thing is it did not give you, internal happiness regarding this whole decision that took place in the past. And it's like how some humans, they go on their special diets. Now, the human that I live with, he's pretty much on a current diet right now. I don't know why. I mean, maybe because of all, the sugary products that he consumed. I don't know all too much about it, because I'm normally not around when he does so, but he told me about a week ago. He said, yeah, I think I'm going to go on this, kind of diet. And I think, okay, that's your life and choice. It's not anything that has to do with me. But either way, when you realize that you have to eat a salad instead of, eating something that you would prefer to eat, it's going to work out for you. But yet, well, deep down, you just kind of crave, you still have this craving or desire for something different, right? But okay, it's good to make wise decisions sometimes. But anyway, in current times, you do get the Emperor reversed, 9 of Pentacles, and then Knight of Cups. Okay, what I'm seeing here is maybe in current times you could be struggling with this metaphorical diet, in the sense where you could be facing, or you are facing, some frustration, in the sense where you pretty much just think, well, yeah, when is everything going to finally change for the better? But eventually it does, because you do get the 9 of Pentacles, which is all about abundance, basking in a valley of pentacles, flowers, everything, that you really dreamed, wished, and hoped for. And it's pretty much enhancing this opportunity of this offering from whoever it is, or you could even have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio placements, or Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo placements. But I'm kind of getting that patience is key in current times. Yes, the thing is, it's like maybe probably had some moments in the past where you just thought, well, why do I bother? Even I still have those moments where I'm just just lying in my coffin, just kind of looking up at this dark room, or even some semi lit with candles and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of sometimes wondering about my life choices as well, thinking, where do I go from here? So I can understand how you could be facing some frustrations, but eventually it does get better for you. However, you do start off in the future with the Hermit. My goodness, sometimes my hair just gets in my way. A Virgo energy. Empress reversed. More Virgo energy. Page of Swords. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra energy. So maybe you have any of those placements in your star chart. What I'm getting here is you are going to be presented with something, but in the future you're going to be doing introspection, because at first it doesn't seem like it's going to be providing you or presenting you with any kind of abundance, happiness, new beginnings for that matter. But yet this is where you're pretty much taking charge. What I actually admire about a lot of Leos is that you guys pretty much just kind of, create your own fate. You guys pretty much just think, well, I'm done waiting. I'm done being in this hesitant position. So now I'm going to actually start taking charge and just seeing, where that's going to take me and stuff like that. Because technically, the general card is the 5 of Swords, about overcoming some kind of battle. So you actually have this, this assertiveness, this strength within you to actually just think, you know what? if this is not going to benefit me in the future, I'm going to try to make it benefit for myself. Well, we're going to have to do some clarification. So, for Three of Wands reversed, you get Daughter of Swords, the Page of Swords, the second Page of Swords. So what I actually saw here is maybe you either A, didn't have the courage, or maybe you lack clarity or self-doubt, stuff like that, where you pretty much just thought, well, I actually have no motivation to get out. But yet this is an outgoing card, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. But again, it is a general read, so take it how it resonates. So maybe you had to overcome something within you to actually get out into this world, or maybe you had to push yourself, beyond any kind of boundary that you pretty much just thought, well, I don't feel personally, ready for this moment, but yet, nothing ventured is nothing gained. And if I don't do anything about my current situation, whatever it may be, then I'm worried it's not going to work out at all. So this is at least saying, nothing ventured is nothing gained. Because regarding the Five of Pentacles reversed, the Devil, what you crave and desire. So the thing is it could have also been where, you left some kind of poverty situation and this sneaky deity of whatever it's, he, she, whatever it may be, pretty much just came across your path and just thought, okay, Leo seems to be, having so much confidence within themselves. Let's see how we can turn this into disappointment. Hopefully not. But the thing is it just looks like that this devil, situation probably, held you back. You had this desire to want to actually make a change about something, but yet something was holding you back, and maybe that is what contributed to the, Five of Cups situation. And the thing is okay, sometimes when we, lack, clarity, faith, and we suffer from self-doubt on so many levels for a lot of valid reasons, that causes one to just think, what? Why do I bother? Because for the Five of Cups, you get the Eight of Grail. So the thing is this could be you leaving disappointment. This could be you actually saying, no, I'm just going to actually, start taking charge of my own destiny, my own faith, my own happiness for that matter. But it could also be that you are leaving because of this disappointment that took place in the past. Okay. Wow. Again, I'm not surprised. I love how assertive and strong and bold you guys and incredibly courageous you guys are when you guys are deciding your own path and course of action for that matter. So if you already just had a moment where you had to take off or leave any kind of disappointment in the past, stuff like that, it's really good that you actually had the strength and courage to proceed with that goal or endeavor. Because for the Emperor reverse, of feeling a bit like you're just kind of struggling, you just feel like, oh goodness, and like, if you're in a restaurant, for example, and you just ordered a meal and stuff like that, and then instead of getting this immediate gratification on wanting to actually get your meal within a few seconds, then you have to wait a half hour, stuff like that. And a lot of humans, you could be suffering from some frustration because you don't see immediate gratification, you don't see faster development and stuff like that. But what you're doing is you get the Eight of Pentacles. What I see you doing is maybe you're finally taking this destiny in your own hands, because maybe you just think, well, this is taking forever and stuff like that, any kind of idea or any kind of voyage and quest. So that's why you're pretty much just going to start working incredibly hard in current times. Remarkable. I'm never surprised, because you guys are incredibly determined and very passionate, but you guys are incredibly fixed. It's like when when you have your eyes on a prey, for example, a predator on a prey, the eyes, they just never leave the prey. They're just focused. And that's what I see you doing is, you have your eyes on the prize for that matter. You're just incredibly fixed on that end result of whatever it may be and stuff like that. And the thing is sometimes you do have to change course, alter your paths, whatever it may be. But as long as you just keep going and keep working at it, eventually you will get what you want, or maybe even something way better. Nine of Pentacles. Ace of Grails. That's what I'm talking about. This, hard work will be definitely paying off for you soon. And again, I can't say when or how because my readings have no time frame on them. But if it's in current times, it could be taking place at the end of this week. It could be taking place next week for I know and stuff like that, even though technically you would think, well, that's kind of still in the future for that matter. However, the fact is that, this is what you want and this is what you will get eventually because you're working hard at it. Hard work will eventually pay off. And again, it's like I can't say for certain when, where, or how, but eventually, as long as you just keep at it and just keep working and stuff like that, you will get that desired result. Now, for the Knight of Cups of Offering, Strength. you get this very beautiful strength. Now, it could be an offering from a fellow Leo, of whatever it may be. I mean, the thing is, that's also what the Ace of Grails is. This is kind of also like new love. But this offering could also be presented from maybe a fellow Leo, or maybe this offering is enhancing your, with your confidence and strength within you. Wow. I want to keep going because I'm just so, I mean, I love this reading for you, but I'm not going to stop at all. Don't worry about it. But I just love that you just have so much confidence, or this offering could be, I'm heading towards you from another Leo as well. So, and I can understand any kind of offerings, any kind of like strength within you. You do have to do introspection because you are worried about the future. This introspection is leading to a 9 of Swords in the future, thinking, oh my goodness, well, what if this offering is just actually a con artist, hoodwinky kind of, event that could be taking place in current times? What if it actually just, becomes a real big disaster for that matter? Well, the thing is just because I pull future cards doesn't mean it's going to work, or, that it's actually going to commence in this reading for you at all. And maybe it might not even commence at all. Because, the thing is we're not quite there yet to be experiencing this moment of having any kind of nightmarish or uncertainty about the future. Whatever you are working on right now could also, decrease the chances where you don't have worries, you're overcoming worries, and you finally have motivation in the future as well. So if you're worried about anything that could be taking place in the future, of whatever it may be, I would try to curb and mitigate it as possible, before this event might happen. Because the thing is whatever you work on right now, but that's actually what I see you doing right now, is you want to actually overcome this. So, let's pretend like this is not going to even be taking place, but whatever you work on right now will pretty much decrease the chances of any kind of negative event or effect, that could be taking place. Because regarding the Empress reversed in the future, you do get the 6 of Grail. So you will have maybe some form of nostalgia feeling, even though something might not work out in your favor as of yet. But yet, I do love the fact that you do have confidence and strength within you. And of course, it's like how that one phrase in that Lion King movie, I don't really know exactly, but I laugh in the face of danger, and I think the human was telling me about it, regarding lions and stuff like that. But the thing is it's like it's better to face any kind of uncertainties head on and stuff like that, because you will overcome some kind of battle somewhere. I can't say when or how, but you will be looking over at the past of thinking, wow, I can't believe that actually happened. Yes, the future is filled with uncertainties and worries nonetheless. It's like you don't even need to be pulling a card like that to think, oh my goodness, what's going to happen in a week, in a month, in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, don't let your mind, start swimming so fast, in circles and stuff like that. You'll just wear yourself out. But as long as you just kind of keep the course on what you want, wish, and desire, and I see you incredibly working hard in current times, and you do get, new beginnings, abundance, and you do get some kind of offering. It doesn't even have to be from a fellow Leo. It could be, but anyway, you will be having some nostalgia feelings in the future, because you have this outgoingness about you, and you get the Moon card. So I see you heading off towards this new journey of whatever it may be. So again, it could be a really good journey. It looks incredibly promising because you are highly motivated, ambitious, goal-oriented, and determined to head out onto this moon, wherever it may be. I mean, hopefully you're not an unhappy, bride or anything. Don't think so. But I'm just only saying in this situation is normally in the other Rider-Waite deck, you see this big moon, shining its light, down, the little squiggly path down towards the mountains of opportunities. I see you heading down towards more opportunities because, it's like you will, look at the past in a very beautiful, positive manner, stuff like that. Yes, you are being presented with abundance. Hard work is pretty much just a given trait of yours, nonetheless. So you don't even have to be pulling an 8 of Pentacles to realize how strong and confident you are, or even the Strength card. I mean, it's nice to see it in your reading, but as long as you personally know it within yourself, 100%, well, that's one of your best traits ever. Wow. Special Vampire card. Knight of Swords, because speaking of being determined and goal-oriented and very, motivated and inspired, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You could have also those in your placement somewhere, but that's what I see you doing, is you have this really strong ambition about yourself. You're really just thinking, okay, we need to head out of, yeah, we need to, leave this nightmare city. We need to head off towards more opportunities. We need to, embark on this new journey, this new voyage of whatever it may take you, because we are technically heading first towards Cancer season, but the season that comes after yours is Leo, and this is where you're pretty much heading down towards in the future. Now the thing is I know a lot of humans are, of course, uncertain, because we are heading down towards the end of this end of the year cycle, but it doesn't mean it's the end of anything. It's pretty much just kind of shedding off what's no longer serving for us. And especially on June 11th, when your brother sister Sagittarius signed, it's an important time to let go of what's no longer serving you, and also let go of any kind of worries and nightmares about any kind of future as well. Because we have no entire control over the future in any way. I'm not a seer, I'm just a vampire tarot guide reader, but especially your personal guide, in the sense that I will guide you, towards, all kinds of, positivity, and I'll try to always, mitigate any kind of potential problems that could be taking place in the future. Because Oracle says, Maenad, madness, ecstatic ritual, and energy release. Now the energy release is kind of like the Ace of Wands. It's like putting your energy and time into whatever you want, wish, and desire, of course. And you can always do any kind of ecstatic rituals for that matter. Hopefully it doesn't really include anything about madness, but the Maenad is about grounding yourself and keeping yourself on a realistic and rational mindset and goals and voyage, stuff like that, because this is kind of where you're going to be heading down towards this kind of like realistic goal for that matter, and you're probably putting on a lot of time and energy into any kind of voyage you're working towards, and that's what's more or less going to be releasing all of your hard work into this world, because that's what also hard work is also about, is releasing energy with the Eight of Pentacles. My goodness, sometimes these cards just do not want to show up in any way, but this is you already releasing a lot of energy into your voyage. Congratulations. Wow. Okay, I'm going to finish off with 3 yes or no answers. Please feel free to pause this video and think about the questions you want answered. One of the cards I pulled for the vampire is a no with the 3 of Swords, and it's also one of your beautiful traits of the heart. But anyway, for our number 1, it's a no. For number 2, it's a yes with the 3 of Pentacles. And for number 3, it's a yes with the 4 of Cups reversed. So you get 1 no and 2 yeses in this reading, so forgive me about that. But anyway, sad but true, I'm going to have to leave it at this for now. But if this reading resonated for you, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going back to love reading, so for now I'm just doing general love. But if you want to have a personal reading from me, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, post in the little discussion box below that you want a personal reading from me. I'll respond to you with my electronic email thingy, whatever it is that humans use, and then we'll start the process from there. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly, and best of luck on where this journey may take you.